July 6th, and I don't know why I decided that today was going to be a good day to start this whole New York Fashion Week process, because today's the day that my movers are going to be here, so it's actually a really hectic day. But I couldn't wait any longer, so here we are. Basically, I've had the idea of doing my own New York Fashion Week event for a while, because I did one last year through a different company, and it was great. I had a great turnout, and I just came to the realization that like I hold so much power in being able to like bring people together, and I wanted to kind of just test that and see how well I could do. It's just so hard for independent designers to like find a place in New York Fashion Week that isn't super expensive for them, first of all, because you have to pay to be in New York Fashion Week. You don't just like get invited. And I just wanted it to be like a fun event, so I decided like, why don't I just do it? So I've been kind of browsing through Peerspace for a while. I went through it again last night, and I found a place that I really love. This is a picture of it. I messaged the guy and I was like, hey, is it available for this date, these times? Would it be good for a fashion show? Do you have like chairs that could work for it? And he was super nice. He was like, yeah, it could totally work. We could definitely make a little runway, and these dates are available. So I went ahead and booked it, and I'm so excited. It looks so cool. Now my next steps are figuring out other designers that are going to be showcasing with me, because I don't want to be the only one showcasing necessarily. And I also want to get some sponsors for this show, which I have somebody that might be able to help me out with that. I want to get maybe like a little pop-up shop going in the show with, you know, the designers that are showcasing, but maybe other people like accessory designers, things like that would be cool to have. Obviously I need to get models, get that lined up. I need to get photographers, a makeup artist, hairstylist, videographer, and people to attend. So there's actually a lot to figure out, and I probably didn't even name half of it. But so far, I've reached out to some of my own designer friends, because thank God I have a good amount of designer friends, and I've gotten my friend Yana to participate, and then also my friend Tracy. And I've reached out to a couple more people as well to see who else I can get, but I'm trying to get like, I don't know, like 6 designers or so maybe like 3 more. I don't want it to be too much, because obviously I want there to be enough space for like actual people to come in, and I don't want to like have the maximum capacity of people be flooded by just the people that have to be there for the event, because there is a 200 person like limit capacity, so I don't want to like have too many people on like the team, so that then there's less people in the crowd. I want to, you know, make sure that that's kind of even. So I've started getting a few models on a lineup right now, just from people that have messaged me. Thank God for TikTok. I posted this TikTok a little bit ago, and I've had quite a lot of emails from it. And yeah, I figured it would be really cool to document how I made my own New York Fashion Week show. It's gonna be a journey. I'm very excited. We'll see how this goes, but I think it's gonna be really freaking cool. It is currently July 26th, and I just got off a call with most of the designers. We were missing 2, but we just kind of all hopped on a call, and I ran them through all the details of what we are doing. I made a little PowerPoint, which I'll show you guys. Basically just running them through the venue if they hadn't seen it, and some logistics, and a to-do list for all of us, which our main priority today was picking out models / figure out number of looks and that kind of vibe. Because this is like a whole BTS of just like showing you how I'm running New York Fashion Week, I'll show you guys kind of the spreadsheet I have going for it, and like models and stuff like that. So every model that sent in pictures and stuff, I have them all in here with their measurements, their email, like all the things, right? Obviously these are not all fully loading right now, but I then had everybody kind of choose which models they like. So I have everybody's list of models, and we do have a few that are kind of standout ones that everybody chose, or like a few people chose. So I'm gonna start reaching out to those girls first and see who is able to do it and who isn't, and kind of start getting that situated. So that's what I'm gonna start doing now, is emailing them and seeing who is actually available or not, because obviously a lot of people will just send it in, and then we have to really check in and make sure they're available for the fitting and the day of. So that'll be September 11th and September 12th. Aside from that, I also have to do ticket sales soon, but I want to make sure that our friends and family get tickets first. So I'm gonna make like an early access link for just the designers to have first before we make it public, because we all have a feeling it's going to sell out very quick. So we want to make sure that, you know, the people that we want to be there get their tickets first and don't end up getting sold out, because I can't add more tickets because the place only holds 200 people. So it's not like I can like just let anybody in. I really do have to, you know, keep it at capacity only. I cannot not overstay that. So yeah, I'm gonna start emailing and see what answers we get. Okay, so today we're gonna work on getting the Eventbrite event kind of set up. I've never done this before, but we're kind of just going through it. I don't think I'm gonna put up the tickets just yet. I talked with the designers the other day, and there's only space for 200 people at the venue. And I believe around 50 of us will be like the team slash family of everybody and just like the people that need to be there. So that leaves us with about 150 tickets that we can sell. And that's a lot, but also not a lot when you're thinking about all of our followings and how many people we like know that are going to be there, because there's 7 designers. That's a lot of us. We have like cumulative like millions of followers if you add them all up. So 150 is not a lot. So I was telling them, I was like, listen, I know we all have like specific friends and family that we really want to be there, that we want them to be able to get tickets before anyone else. So I'm going to open up the link to the designers first and have them share it to, you know, the people that they really want there. And then when we are done with that, then we'll open it up to the public, because we have a feeling it's going to sell out fast. So that's kind of what we're thinking in terms of ticket sales. And I'm going to do VIP and regular, and I'm still trying to figure out what the VIP is going to include. I think we're going to do a goodie bag. I'm going to try to reach out to some beauty brands and see if they would like to send anything, but yeah, we will see. Other than that, let's get this Eventbrite going and at least kind of have it drafted. So it is currently July 31st and today is ticket sales day. So we've already sold tickets just for the designers, friends, and family. I gave them a private link first. So we have 15 people so far in terms of tickets, which is very exciting. I have a limit of 200 people for the venue, and I'm counting on around 50 to be like backstage people, designers, like their +1, and just like people that we'll need. And I'm currently putting up 50 VIP tickets and 70 general admission. So that leaves me with 30 extra tickets, which I just want to have in case I want to invite like influencers, or I need extra people coming in, or I might just put them up for sale a little closer to the event as like extra little bonuses or something. But I wanted to kind of have that wiggle room because I haven't finalized all the models yet or everybody that's going to be there, so wanted to give myself that space. But I have about 30 minutes till they go live, and then we'll sit here and see how well they do. All right, so I'm about to post a link onto my stories. It's 8:59, so I'm just gonna go for it since it takes a second to upload anyway. It is officially up, so now we wait. Oh, there's my alarm for it. My Instagram has just been so low in terms of engagement lately, so I really have no clue how many people are gonna see it, because it seems like nobody's seeing my posts nowadays. But I'm hoping that between all 7 of us, it creates enough hype. If it doesn't do that great on Instagram, then I'll make a TikTok about it, and I'm sure that'll do well. Like, I'm not worried about it, but I wanted to make sure that like my real followers got it first before like random people on TikTok who just want to attend New York Fashion Week do. Like, I want to make sure the people that support me and the other designers get there first, which is why I'm keeping it on Instagram for now, but probably post a TikTok about it later if it doesn't sell out quickly. Okay, I guess I will check in with you guys in a little bit and see how we're doing, but we're officially live. And like now it's like actually real and people are really coming, even though I've been selling tickets, but like this is like different. I'm excited. So it is currently August 16th and I'm gonna have my call with the designers. This is our second call that we've had, and I really want to get the lineups ready. So the first call we had a while ago was just to kind of like give everybody the lowdown of everything, but now I want to really hone in on like what models everybody's gonna choose and start figuring out like everybody's lineup so that I can figure out who's gonna go where in the lineup too. Because say like Veronica has a certain model ending her show, but I have that same model starting my show and I'm right after, like that's not gonna work. So I want to make sure we space them out in a way that gives the models ample time to get dressed. I mean, granted, I'm gonna give them ample time regardless. It's not like I'm gonna be rushing the show, but I want to make it as seamless as possible. So that's kind of what we're gonna go over today. As of right now, we have 68 tickets sold out of 120 that I put up, so we're a little over halfway there, which is actually really really great. It started off really slow with ticket sales, so they've been slowly coming in, and I have a feeling that over the next few weeks leading up to the show itself is when it's going to start kind of popping off a little bit more, just because sometimes it's hard to plan things out in advance and, like, you know, buy tickets for something so far in advance when you don't know what's going to be going on that day. So once we get closer to the date, I think people are going to start being more open to getting tickets. And yeah, that's kind of what we're going to go over today. Hopefully we'll get everybody's lineups and we can start kind of figuring it out. I want to just like have it all printed so I can like visualize it and then get it all prepped to have backstage for the dressers to also have access to. So that's kind of what we're gonna go over today. No, yeah, last year at all the ticket sales that I had like for the show that I did was all like the day before or like 2 days before. Like it was all super last minute. So that's kind of what I'm expecting too. But like regardless, outside of that, we're already more than like 100 people, including like hair, makeup, certain like influencers, and models and our families and friends, whatever. So it'll still be like pretty full. Which also, speaking of, if anybody has like influencer connections or certain people that you'd want to invite to the show, like I'm open to like giving them a free invite. Just like let me know if you like invite them or whatever. I mean, if there's anybody else y'all want to invite, like let me know. We have like a few extra spots where we can like sneak people in. I reached out to the couple of people that you told me and nobody's responded to me, so that's really cool. I have a feeling we're all over the place. Mine's pretty neutral, personally. I know Yana's probably colorful because she tends to be colorful. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I feel like we might be a little all over the place in terms of that. I mean, if we have like certain models that like say like yours is colorful and like Yana's colorful, whatever, and like you guys are using one like a certain model that like I'm not using and somebody else isn't using, and like you guys have similar color palettes, we could do something there. So yeah, we just kind of have to figure out who's using who, and then maybe it could actually work out in that way, but we'll have to figure that out. Also, speaking of fittings, Yana, I saw your message. Yes, we're gonna do it the day before on Sunday. So far everybody says we could do whatever time. Do you have anything that day that like you need to attend to, or are you good all day? Yeah, it's a Sunday. Okay, cool. Then I'll just talk to the models, see what times they are all available, and then I'll get back to you guys on an actual time. But it'll probably be at my hotel room just to make life easy. That'll be that. Hopefully it'll be quick, but we'll see. I got 2 makeup artists so far, which I feel like should be fine because I don't think we're doing anything too crazy. Yeah, and I don't have hair yet, but Veronica said her mom would be there, so I'm just gonna go with that for now. Yeah, I'm like, I know a couple of the girls have like natural curls or whatever, so I know we're probably not gonna do anything to them, so I don't think we're doing anything crazy that'll take super long with any of the models. And then we also have like guys, so it's not like we're doing too much to them. So yeah, I feel like we don't need anything too crazy for that, so got that covered. Yeah, so I think that's everything, unless anybody has more questions. Cool. Well, if not, just send me your model lineup so I can start kind of figuring that out. If it changes, let me know. I'm sure it'll change the day before too, but... So it is currently August 22nd, and I'm starting to put together the lineup. So all the designers have given me kind of their desired models and kind of the lineup of how they want them to be in the show. Obviously, it's not going to be finalized until we like actually have the fitting and make sure that the clothes that we think are going to fit those models best do fit them best. And I know there's always little last minute changes when it comes to that, so I'm not like super set on this being like the end all be all list. But I wanted to kind of check who is using what models and make sure that we evenly distribute them, because I know a lot of us like liked a lot of the same models, and obviously we are interchanging models, but I don't want like one model to walk like all 7 shows or something like that. Like I want it to be like maybe each of them do like 3 to 4 max, just to keep it spaced out and so that they don't have to like literally be changing every single show. I just feel like that would be a little much. So that's kind of what I wanted to check with our overlaps first and foremost. I really didn't care about the lineup that much. I just wanted to know who like wanted who and what that vibe was. And so far we do have one model that I think literally everybody has chosen except for Rachel. So we do need to fix that because she can't walk for 6 people. So I'm trying to figure out like sizing wise what model is like roughly the same size that we could kind of interchange, because I know obviously for the designers and like myself, it's not even based on like really who we want, but rather like who fits the clothes that we maybe already like started making or plan on making or whatever. Since everything is, you know, made by all of us, like we have to make sure that it fits the sizings that we have. So that being said, the show isn't gonna be like the most size inclusive show ever, and I want to be fully transparent about that, but it really is due to the fact that the designers and myself only have access to like so much. And I know like for like Yana and Tracy, who are doing lingerie, like they're doing it on their dress forms because that's like, you know, the best way to actually be able to like do it all. And Yana's using some pieces that she made for school, so she was, you know, using the school dress form for that. So it's like stuff that's already pre-made in that way, or it just makes more sense to do it on a dress form than to try to just like expand the sizing last minute, especially because we are on such a time crunch. It just makes sense to do that. So I wanted to address that, and also that goes for like myself and like Veronica and everybody else, to be honest, because yeah, we only have, you know, access to so many dress forms and sizes, and a lot of us are our own fit models for a lot of it. So it's like we'll do stuff to our size just because we can check how it's going to fit and all of that. So I wanted to address that first and foremost because I'm like pretty sure somebody's gonna say something about it, because everybody always has something to say, but nobody likes to think about how difficult it actually is. And we do have a little bit of a range of sizes. It's not like everybody's like a solid size 0 or anything, but I think people are gonna expect a lot more in that aspect, and it's just not something we're able to provide at this point in time. So just wanted to be fully transparent about that, because I know that I'm gonna get some sort of backlash about it, and it's gonna fall on me because I am actually the one who like organized it and chose the models and everything. But well, actually technically I didn't just choose the models, the designers and I all chose models together, so it was a combined effort. But aside from that, we do have a lot of diversity within the models themselves, between like non-binary models, male models, female models, people of color, all the things. So we do have diversity there, which is something that I feel like I care more about than the size inclusivity part personally. Not that it should be compared, but you know, I personally like really value that. So I feel good about that part, but I do wish I was able to show a little bit more with sizing stuff. I'm rambling at this point, but I just wanted to make that very clear because yeah, I just feel like I'm gonna get questions. So anyway, that being said, I'm going through the list and there's a few models. Like I said, there's one that like 5 people use, which we can't do. There's a couple that only have like 2 uses and a couple that only have like 1. So I'm going to try to figure out the sizing thing and switch some out, and then get back to the designers to see if that works for them. The only people I know I can't switch out are Yana's and Tracy's, because we had to make sure that those models were okay with doing lingerie, because obviously not everybody's gonna be comfortable doing that. So their models are very specific, and those I know it can't be switched around. So I'm gonna keep them where they are. Everybody else I'm gonna kind of switch around, even myself. Like I'm gonna try to see if I can kind of adjust my lineup a little bit, but yeah, it's kind of where we're at with that. So just to show you guys, here's kind of what I have. This is my list of models, and I just kind of have lined up how many times they're used, and here's everybody's personal lineup. Yana's I honestly made myself because she just wanted a specific size and that they could do lingerie, so I pretty much just took Tracy's and transferred it over to Yana. I don't know if that's the order it's gonna be, but that's kind of where we're going with it. So as you can see, there's certain people that have been used a lot. Issa was used by pretty much everybody. I had her as my last person as well, but I switched her out so that she wasn't used so much. So now she has 4. A Stars also has 4 uses right now, and we can't switch that one too much because they said yes to doing lingerie, so I know Tracy and Yana for sure have to use them. Not sure about everybody else, we might switch them around. And then Adaeze, which don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but she's being used 5 times, so we do have to switch her around too. But again, she's one of the ones that said yes to lingerie, so we're gonna have to keep her for Tracy and Yana and kind of figure out the rest. Everybody else has like 2 to 3 uses, and then I have 2 that are just mine, which is Willenia and Maria, which I would not be mad if it turns out that way, because then I can style them however I want in terms of hair and makeup. So that's kind of what we have going on. I asked you guys on my Instagram if you wanted to see like extensive behind the scenes with all of the planning stuff and like my Excel sheets and stuff, and a lot of you guys said yes, so I'm gonna try to do this in depth as much as possible. Obviously this is a separate video from like actually making the collection, so if you only want to see like making the collections, you wouldn't have to like sit through this. But yeah, I think I find it pretty fascinating because I don't think a lot of people ever show like the behind the scenes of like actually planning an event, but this is how my brain works and I like to kind of keep it all. So I'm gonna kind of show you guys the overview. So this is my full Excel sheet. I have a few different pages here. So my first page is just all the models, just because I wanted to be able to see them. I don't know why the picture of Kimmy isn't showing up. Granted, she's not like 100% confirmed yet. She still has to figure out if she can be there. So I have all the models and their information just so that it's all easily accessible and I can kind of just like see it all. This is where I had like my whole master file of models and I had everybody on here, but now that we've narrowed it down, I've just deleted everybody else and just have the people that are actually going to be there that are confirmed. So there's that. I also have a running guest list right now, which includes like all the designers are on here, then all of our guests. I let everybody have like a 1+1. I have 4 because my family's gonna be there, but obviously I'm the host, so I can do that. And then I have all of the models here. I have the couple of pop-up shop people, makeup artists, hair photographers, videographers, volunteers, and then some of the influencers we've invited, just because I wanted to see the number. So as of right now, all of those people combined are 55 people. And I wanted to be able to like track that because I do have a capacity of 200 people for the event space, so I need to make sure we keep it at 200 max. So this is my master list of just everybody we've been inviting that is just going to be on the list and doesn't need a ticket. I have that going, and then on this page is kind of where I just had the designers and whether or not they had paid me yet, and then the number of looks they were going to do. And I was going to put pop-up shop items here, but I don't know if we're going to do that just yet. But then anyway, down here is where I've started to do just like the lineups, just to kind of roughly figure that out, which I just showed you guys. Then I do have a tab with all of my finances, but I don't really want to share that. Maybe one day I will, but I don't feel very comfortable doing that, so we're just gonna keep it there. This is where I want to put the pop-up shop items once we do have that figured out, if we do it. And then here I had like a page of workers just to like be able to put like, okay, these are the people that are designers. I've not updated this. Models, makeup, hair, photographers, videographers, dressers, door tickets, pop-up, whatever. Because I wanted to just mostly figure out of the volunteers who's going to be like dressers, who's going to be at the tickets, who's going to like help with setup and like blah blah blah, just to kind of have it in line. So that's kind of what I have there. And then I have the timeline of the show. So we did a call for the models on July 25th. Ticket sales started August 12th. September 11th we have our fitting, and then September 12th, which is the day of the show, I kind of roughly have it that like 1:30 to 3:30 models will get their hair and makeup done, pop-up shop setup, chair setup. 4:30 to 5:30, oh I have it as guests are arriving, but they're not gonna be arriving yet at that point. So 1:30 to 4:30 is actually going to be models get hair makeup done. Actually it'll be so 5, and then here it'll be 5 to 6:30. Guests start arriving. The show will start at 6:30, and then we'll do pictures, mingling, pop-up shop, whatever, probably by like 7:15 to 9, and then 9 to 9:30 will be the cleanup. And I'll probably do this a little bit more detailed once we get closer to the day of, but I kind of wanted to have a general idea of like, okay, what is our timeline? And as you saw, I did end up switching out the times because I was gonna have it start at 5:30, but now I was like, okay, I don't think we had enough time for all of the setup and stuff, so now I switched it to 6:30, and this just helps me kind of like visualize it. And then here is where I have the lineup. So this is my lineup so far of what I'm thinking of doing. I don't know why these are not showing up, but basically I have like my actual piece itself, just a rough picture of it with the model that's going to be wearing it right under, just so I can kind of see it. And this is what I'm gonna like print out to have backstage for the dressers to see, so that they can kind of see which one goes with who. And it's a lot easier to have pictures of the models just because like name-wise, it's not like they're gonna know everybody's name right away. So it just helps. It helps me kind of visualize the lineup as well. So this is kind of what I have. Although I am gonna probably switch Issa for Armani, which is what I have. So that's tentative. But yeah, and then I hopefully want to do that for all the designers and their stuff too. So that's kind of how I'm planning that. I have a feeling that this vlog is getting long, and I'll probably do a part 2 of finishing up all of the logistics once we're getting closer to it. But yeah, I find this stuff like super interesting, so I hope you guys do too. But it is definitely a lot of just like thinking and organizing and really like nitpicking and planning all the things, but I think it's gonna go really well and I'm really excited. I do think this vlog is getting long, so I do think there's gonna be a part 2 to this. So subscribe if you haven't so you don't miss it, and I'll have a bunch more videos coming up soon with actually making the collection, and then you'll get the behind the scenes of like the fitting and all the stuff the day of and all of that. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it'll be really good. So I will see you guys in the next one.